Welcome to Rice-Eccles Stadium, Championship Friday here in the state of Utah for high school football. 5A title underway, Bingham in the blue, kicking off to the Lone Peak Knights. And the Knights will have it 1st and 10 to open up things here on Championship Friday. Hi everybody, I'm Rod Zundel. Glad to have you aboard. The Bingham Miners coming in undefeated, and the Lone Peak Knights with one loss. These two met earlier in the third week of the season, September 2nd, and the Bingham Miners beat the Knights 46-21. However, last year in the semis, Lone Peak upset Bingham, handed them their first playoff loss in 3 seasons in the semis a year ago to get to the championship game, and the Miners want payback. Dakota Hansen, the quarterback, great game last week in the semifinals, and he's got his man Tyler McPherson. And talk about a great game last week in the semis. Tyler McPherson had 4 catches in the first half, all 4 for touchdowns. For the game, he had 5 catches. So they get started on the first play of the game. That's a 9-yard pickup, Hansen to Tyler McPherson. Jackson McChesney, the running back, number 21 right there, one of the fastest guys in the state. He gets close to the first down marker. We'll see a lot of Jackson McChesney today. Older brother Austin plays for BYU. Jackson is committed to the Cougars, and he gets the first down at the 30-yard line. 3AA championship game earlier today, and it was the best that we've had here at Rice-Eccles in 2 weeks. Desert Hills came back to beat the rival Pineview 28-27 on the final play of the game with a touchdown. Dakota Hansen, he'll pick up 5. Daniel Loa got a couple of touchdowns a week ago on offense for the Miners and on the tackle. 2nd down and 5, ball marked at the 35-yard line, just underway here. 5A championship game. Last year, Lone Peak lost to Harriman in the title game. They're trying to get over the hump here today. Dakota Hansen, the younger brother of Chase, who won a state title a few years ago. Now Chase, the safety for the University of Utah, as Hansen throws this one out of bounds. So that brings up 3rd and 5 coming up at the 35-yard line. Pass intended for Tyler McPherson. Third and 5 at the 35-yard line. Dakota Hansen back in the gun at the 30-yard line. And he's going to throw. Caught, first down out at the 45-yard line, and that's Jackson McChesney, the senior running back, 6 foot, 193-pounder. He's got a first down. So Lone Peak able to move the chains here on the opening drive. Simple out pattern, and Loa and Braden Cosper were there, but it was caught by McChesney, and Hansen will pick up 4 on the quarterback keeper up to the 49-yard line. 2nd down and 6. Hansen to throw again, and it's nearly intercepted. I believe that was Tanner Merrill who had his hands on it but couldn't haul it in on the sideline, and that time read very well by Merrill. Just a simple 5-yard out, and well played by Tanner Merrill. So now it's 3rd and 6 at the 49. Merrill, a junior, so he's got another year for the Miners. Hansen, same play. This one's caught, and that's a first down at the Bingham 44-yard line. Merrill on the tackle, but not before McPherson picks up 8 on the reception. So move the chains once again for the Knights on the opening drive. They've got it 1st and 10 in Bingham territory at the Miner 43-yard line. Simple play. Pretty much the same play as before, but that time Merrill wasn't able to get there. McChesney fights his way to the 40-yard line. Brigham Tuatagaloga in on the tackle for the Miners. He picks up 3, 2nd down and 7. Ball spotted right at the 40-yard line. Glad you could join us on KSL.com, DeseretNews.com. Love to broadcast these games on KSL.com. Hansen in trouble, and he has to unload it. And it won't be intentional grounding. Longi Tuifua putting the pressure on Hansen. 3rd and 7 at the 40-yard line. Lone Peak's been able to convert a couple of 3rd downs. 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 on this drive. They're going to have to do it again. Probably 4-down territory. As Hansen back to pass, out in the flat again, through the hands of McChesney. Just a little too tall. Merrill on the coverage. McChesney was open, but Dakota Hansen threw it just a little bit too tall. So McPherson, he's 6 foot, 180-pound senior. So that will be a punting situation. They'll punt it away, try to pin the Miners back deep in their own territory. Jacob Garvin back to kick. Daniel Loa moves back to receive the kick. It's a high snap, and Garvin gets it away. Loa calls for the fair catch. He does so at the 14-yard line. So the Miners will have it for the first time here in this 5A championship game at their own 14-yard line here on Game Night Live. First and 10 for the Miners here, opening drive for Bingham. Matt Dane, the quarterback, the senior, 5'11", 190-pounder. He'll pick up 3 on the carry. 2nd down and 7 coming up. Second down and 7, ball marked at the 17-yard line for the Bingham Miners. The handoff to Daniel Loa. Loa is close to a first down. He's got it. And Daniel Loa all the way out to the 33-yard line. That's a 16-yard gain. And the Miners have it 1st and 10 at their own 33. Daniel Loa with a nice game last week in the win over Fremont. Had a couple of touchdowns. He's picking up right where he left off from a week ago. Now Loa will check out. Matt Dane, the quarterback, senior. Now in at running back is Amin Kaili. He also had a couple of touchdowns. Ball on the ground on the exchange, and I think Bingham recovered. Now we're going to have to watch the replay on that, but I think that as Dane turned, he hit the backside of one of his linemen, and that knocked the ball out if we have a replay. All right, 2nd down and 10. Now ball back at the 28-yard line. Kaili on the carry. He's got the big moves. And Kaili all the way out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. 18-yard run by Amoni Kaili. So 2 big chunks on the ground for the Miners right there. Just a straight power dive up the middle. And he really wasn't touched until he was brought down by Seth Larson, the senior. 1st and 10 at the Bingham 46-yard line. Kaili still in the backfield in the I formation. Matt Dane under center. Kaili again, and he's hit immediately, but he'll fall forward for a couple of yards. A.J. Arrington on the tackle for Lone Peak. Also Devin Oldroyd. Pickup of 2, 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Miners. Another nice run by Loa. He's got the 1st down into Lone Peak territory at the Knights' 42-yard line. Right there, just a power sweep. He's got his lead running back. And Arrington finishing him off, but not until Loa gets the 1st down at the Lone Peak 42-yard line. So opening drives for both teams. They've been able to move into the other territory. Lone Peak had to punt it away, though, as the drive stalled. Bingham trying to keep it going. Dane on the keeper. There you see Javante Smith, the senior. He's been one of their main guys all year. Was not a factor last week in the semis. We did not see him carry the ball, and we have yet to see him today. 2nd down and 4 at the Lone Peak 36-yard line. Loa in the backfield. He's got it on the pitch left. Daniel Loa stumbles forward. Flag comes on the play as Loa is brought down at the 34-yard line. It's going to be a holding well away from the play. Loa had already reached the line of scrimmage, and I believe the hold is back near the 40-yard line. Let's see, right there at the 40. And I think number 26, Jordan Kimball, just basically tackled a Lone Peak Knight defender well behind the play. So the ball will be spotted back at the 49-yard line. 2nd down and 17. Matt Dane to throw. Got his receiver caught. Dax Milne with the reception. Just a simple out pattern. And Seth Corey makes the stop. Only a pickup of 2, so that'll bring up 3rd down and 15. Dane across the middle, and the nearest player there was Corey for the Lone Peak Knights. So that brings up 4th and 15. And so just like the Knights, the Bingham Miners drive stalls on the opening drive, and they'll have to punt it away. Jackson Harward back to receive the punt, and it's nearly blocked, but a good kick. And it will be down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So that's where Lone Peak will take over, second possession of the 5A championship game here on Game Night Live, KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Lone Peak Knights have it 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. We're scoreless here in the 5A championship game. The Knights and the Bingham Miners. Dakota Hansen, he's going long. Got a receiver, he's got a step. It's caught. It's caught by Tyler McPherson at the 45-yard line. "46-yard hookup, Dakota Hansen. Great protection, and there you see Tyler McPherson just gets separation, and what a fingertip grab at the 40, falls forward to the 45-yard or 35-yard line. Well, we saw what they could do last week against American Fork. They're doing it again today against one of the best defenses in the state. 1st and 10 at the Bingham 35-yard line. Hansen caught. McChesney. Jackson McChesney inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 8, and the Lone Peak Knights now got a little momentum. They're on the move. 2nd down and 2 at the 27. Well, that just injected a little life into this crowd. Mostly the crowd on the west side, though, the Lone Peak side. 2nd down and 2, 27-yard line of Bingham. McChesney flanked to the right of Hansen. McChesney's got it. Hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward maybe for a yard gain. That's it. Tuifua in on the tackle, as well as Longy, Lalani Longy. He's only a sophomore, 6'2", 214-pounder. Talk about a great future for him. I'll give him about a half yard, so we'll keep it at 3rd and 2 at the 27-yard line. Hansen caught. 1st down at the 30, at the 25, just inside the 25. McChesney's got it again. So McChesney, not just a straight running back, they like to split him out in the slot formation for just stuff like that. And it's not uncommon to see McChesney just turn and break off a big gain off of that short pass. Mike Maurer, the head coach for the Lone Peak Knights. Hansen again, going to the end zone, got a receiver, it's caught, touchdown! Guess who? Tyler McPherson, 25 yards. So not quite the same ratio as a week ago. 4 touchdowns in the first half on 4 catches. He has 3 catches, and one of them for a touchdown. Boy, that is a dynamic duo there on the pass and catch. Dakota Hansen to Tyler McPherson. The extra point is up, and it is good by Thomas Rossi. 1:50 left here in the first quarter. 5A championship. Lone Peak 7, Bingham nothing on a Dakota Hanson, Tyler McPherson 25-yard hookup here on Game Night Live. Thomas Rossi set to kick it off after the 25-yard hookup from Dakota Hanson to Tyler McPherson, and that one goes into the end zone. So now the Miners trailing 7-0 with 1:50 left here in the first quarter of the 5A High School Football State Championship game. Ball marked at the 20-yard line. Here we go. Stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a couple of yards. A.J. Harrington and Seth Larson making the stop. 2-yard loss. Second down and 12 coming up. Matt Dane to throw. Now he's going to run, and he won't get back to the line of scrimmage. He gets back to the 18. J.J. Loveland, who had a big game last week, had a couple of sacks. He's in on the stop. We're under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Third and 12 at the 18. Matt Dane to throw. Here comes the pressure. Matt Dane to the flat. Great play by the Lone Peak Knights' Tanner Hanson. The Bingham receiver was open for just a moment, but Hanson converged on the football right there, trying to get it to his receiver, Braden Cosper, but a nice move on the football by Hanson. So back again. The Miners going to have to punt this thing away. Harward back to receive this kick. Boy, it's a good kick. High kick. It's not Harward, it's McChesney. And he returns it to the 41-yard line at Bingham. So Lone Peak has great field position now. First and 10 at the Miners, 41 here on Game Night Live. First and 10, Lone Peak, 41-yard line. McChesney in the slot to the left, and Kobe Freeman in the slot to the right. Another speedster. And Dakota Hanson can take it right in the middle on a quarterback draw. He gets to the 35-yard line. That's a 6-yard gain by Hanson. And it's second down and 4 coming up for the Knights, leading 7-0. And we have a whistle and officials, and that's the end of the first quarter. So we've come to the end of one quarter of play here in the 5A title game. The Lone Peak Knights 7, the Bingham Miners 0. here on Game 9 Live. We begin the second quarter here in the 5A championship game. The Lone Peak Knights have it, second down and 4. They have a 7-0 lead on the Miners. Dakota Hansen wanted to go long. Now he comes back the other way, and he's going to have to tuck it and run. And he'll pick up a couple. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. Needed to get to the 31, and he's just inside the 32. So that brings up third and a yard for the Knights, leading 7-0. Hansen just kind of picks a spot and then follows his big lineman. He's got the first down at the 29-yard line. That's a 3-yard gain. Well, they'll mark it at the 28, make it a 4-yard run. So that's 1st and 10 now for the Knights. And they're back in business. They've got it. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Dakota Hansen, 7 of 11, 107 yards, 1 touchdown. Tyler McPherson in that first quarter. Tyler McPherson, 3 catches, 79 yards and a touch. McChesney, 3 catches, 19 yards. And it's Hansen again, finds a little room. Dakota Hansen inside the 20. Got another first down at the 18-yard line. I believe it's enough for a first down. Yes, it is, 10 yards. Longy on the tackle. There you see, obviously, Mike Maurer and the Knights have seen something in this Bingham defense right up that middle where Dakota Hansen can just kind of pick and choose a spot and then follow his blockers. Successful so far here in the first half. 1st and 10, 18-yard line. Hansen tried to unload it to McChesney, but there was a big guy for the Miners hanging all over him. That was Ben Malloy. 5'11", 220-pound senior. Just draped all over Dakota Hansen. So 2nd down and 10 coming up. Daniel Loa, 2 carries, 21 yards for the Miners in that first quarter. Matt Dane only 1 of 3 for 2 yards. 127 yards total in the first quarter for Lone Peak, 50 for the Miners. 2nd down and 10. Hansen going to the end zone. And incomplete, intended for McPherson. Kobe Matagi on the stop. No, it's Daniel Loa on the coverage. He had him, but then Loa was able to close the gap, and they ran out of real estate along the sideline. So 3rd and 10 coming up. They do have a pretty good kicker in Thomas Rossi. So this would be a 35-yard field goal if they're not able to convert. McChesney split to the left. They got Trips to the left. McPherson on the right. Here comes the pressure from the right side, and they go to the right side. McPherson will pass behind him, though, as Merrill on the coverage was right there. So that brings up 4th down and 10. Let's see if they bring in Thomas Rossi. Yes, they will. Thomas Rossi, the senior, will come in and be somewhere near a 35-yard field goal. Right there, they blitz from that left side. And so that was the hot route with McPherson, and that time Dakota just couldn't make the connection. So this will be a 35-yard field goal. Ball will be spotted at the 25. Thomas Rossi. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 10:51 left here in the first half, Lone Peak increases its lead 10-0 over the Bingham Miners here in the 5A title game on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com. Game Night Live. Thomas Rossi set to kick off as the Knights now have a 10-0 lead, and this sails over the head and into the end zone. So it'll be 1st and 10 Miners again at their own 20-yard line. There you see Nephi Sewell coming back from a broken neck last year for Desert Hills, and with 4 seconds left, Desert Hills down 6. That play right there won the state title with the extra point in the 3AA, 28-27 over their arch rival Pineview. 1st and 10 here in the 5A title game. The Miners, their own 20-yard line. Matt Dane turns, pitches to Loa, and Daniel Loa is up near the first down, got it all the way out to the 36-yard line. That's a 16-yard run. Simple power sweep. Has a wall of blockers. Really not touched after 8 yards, and then he stumbles forward for another 6 or 7. So it is 1st and 10 Miners at the 36-yard line, now trailing 10-0 to the Lone Peak Knights. Moni Kaili, Loveland with the tackle, pickup of 6. Ball at the 42-yard line, 2nd down and 4 from there. Matt Dane, quarterback keeper, got the first down out near midfield. It'll be spotted at the 49, 7-yard play on the keeper. So the Miners move the chains, got it 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. There you see Coach Lamborn for the Miners, John Lamborn, taking over for Dave Peck. This is his 2nd season. Amani Kaili has a 4-yard run, and he's into Lone Peak territory at the 47-yard line. 2nd down and 6. Dane to throw. Got his man, Cosper. And Braden Cosper has a 1st down at the 34-yard line. 13-yard connection. Seth Corey on the coverage. About a 10-yard out. Excuse me, that is Hanson with the coverage. And he's able to get a piece of Cosper to knock him down, but not before he picks up 13. There you see Tanner Hanson smack himself in the head for not making that tackle. 1st and 10, 34-yard line. Bingham trying to get on the board. Daniel Loa. He's going to pick up 9. Dropped at the 25-yard line. And there's a Lone Peak Knight that comes away with that football, but that's Jimmy McKeon, the senior linebacker, but no fumble on the play. 2nd down and 1, ball just shy of the 25. Quarterback keeper, 1st down, Matt Dane, and he gets pummeled as he was trying to make a move, and the guy that just leveled Matt Dane was Kevin West, the 6'5", 210-pound defensive end. Right there you see Dane, boom, as he tried to make a move, and he met face-to-face with number 51. First and 10, ball marked at the 21-yard line. Approaching the 7-minute mark here in the 2nd quarter. Daniel Loa's got it, and he's stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. Eli Norman, the senior. Nobody blocked him, and he stood Loa right up, and he loses 3 yards. Now that's how you play defense from your defensive end position. 2nd down, 13. Now ball is back at the 24-yard line. Dane, it's a quarterback keeper, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Loveland had a shot at him for about a 4-yard loss, but Dane just kind of spun off him and picked up a couple yards. Actually, that was Fitsiomanu, Talavau Fitsiomanu, who had a crack at him for the loss. 3rd and 10, ball at the 21-yard line. Bingham trailing Lone Peak 10-0. Just over 6 to play here in the first half. Dane's going to throw. It's going to be a comeback to Cosper, and he can't hang on to it. Cosper, I believe, tried to take a couple extra steps before he could haul in the football and just lost it. Right there, tried to get a little screen with some blockers, and it just went over his head. So that brings up 4th down and 10 at the 21-yard line. And the field goal unit comes on. Cade Lever, the senior, This will be a 38-yard field goal. Plenty of distance, and it is no good. So the Miners come up empty on a nice drive, and with 5:56 left, Lone Peak still on top of Bingham, 10-0 here on Game Night Live. Lone Peak takes over on the missed 38-yard field goal by Lever. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Dakota Hanson, a quick hitter, and it's close to a first down. Making the tackle is Tongi Longy. And that's Brigham Trowbridge Jr. taking a big shot by Longy. But he did get a first down. Picked up 10 yards and paid the price. There's head coach Mike Maurer for the Lone Peak Knights. Developed a great program there in Utah County. 1st and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. Hanson wanted to go left, nobody there. Now he's just going to throw it away. He waited till the very last second to unload that football. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Dakota Hanson again. They tried the quick hitter on that seam inside to McChesney, but McChesney couldn't get it. Third and 10 at the 30. Lone Peak with the play clock running down. We're down to 6. 5 seconds on the play clock. They got to hustle. 3, and they're going to have to call timeout. Timeout on the field. 5:16 left, first half. Lone Peak on top of Bingham, 10-0 here on the 5A championship game here on KSL.com and DeseretNews.com and Game Night Live. 3rd and 10 at the 30-yard line for the Knights. Leading 10-0 over the Miners here in the 5A title game. Rice Eccles, campus of the University of Utah. Dakota Hanson out of the gun. And great defense there by the Miners. And that, once again, is Tanner Merrill. Pass intended for Bo Peterson. But a nice defensive play by Merrill. So 4th down from the 30. Lone Peak will have to punt this away. Daniel Loa back to receive the kick. Right there, Dakota Hanson tried to look the defender off to his left, but Merrill did not bite. And they're kicking this one away from Loa, but he picks it up at the 29-yard line, going to pick up a few extra yards, and just blasted at the 40. That was Connor Jepson, the senior, just blasting and leveling Daniel Loa. They tried to kick it away from Loa, but he picked it up. And let's see if we can see that right there. There. Also there to help out is Andrew Osler, the junior. First and 10, 41-yard line. Tate Peterson with his first carry of the afternoon, picks up a couple. Seth Larson on the stop for the Lone Peak Knights. 2nd down and 8. Approaching the 4.5-minute mark here in the second quarter. 10-0 Lone Peak with the lead over Bingham. Matt Dane. And he's going to be close to the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. That's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. Loveland in on the tackle for Lone Peak. I'll bring up 3rd and a yard right at midfield. That's just a simple quarterback sweep. Had a couple of blockers in front of him. And his knee must have touched down at the 50 because he fell forward to the 49, which would have been a first down. Look for Dane on the quarterback keeper, and he's got it. He got the first down at the 48-yard line. Tanner Hanson on the tackle for the Knights. So the drive continues for Bingham. Trying to get on the board here before halftime, trailing 10-0. So for both teams, we've seen a lot of quarterback sneaks, quarterback draws, quarterback sweeps. Obviously, both coaches saw something that their quarterbacks could expose, and they have. Matt Dane going to throw wide open is the receiver, Braden Cosper. He's got a first down all the way down to the 33-yard line, 14-yard pickup. Dane was looking for Cosper the entire way, and there wasn't a Lone Peak Knight defender within 5 yards of him. Easy pitch and catch. 1st and 10, ball marked at the 33-yard line. Dane again on the keeper, picks up maybe a half a yard, that's it. A.J. Arrington on the stop. Second down and 10 right at the 33-yard line. Dane to throw this time. And here comes the pressure, and Matt Dane, the ball's on the ground, and the Lone Peak Knights have recovered. Tanner Hanson makes the recovery, and the Lone Peak defense comes up big with 2:32 left here in the second quarter to stop the Bingham drive. Let's see who knocked that football loose. Nobody to throw to. And it was number 32, Seth Larson, that knocked the ball away from Dane. And Tanner Hanson comes away with it And now Bingham down 10-0, turns it over. Plenty of time for the Knights with 2:32 left. And Dakota Hansen is hit from behind. He goes down. Longy Tuafua in on the stop on that sack. He just got away from that left tackle. Big number 72, Ethan Schofield, and came from the blind side. And Dakota turned around and said, "What was that? Where did he come from?" Loss of 6 on the play. Clock continuing to run. We now have 2 minutes left here in the half. 2nd down and 16. Hansen, he's going to keep it this time. And he is brought down by Lalani Longi. He'll pick up a yard. 3rd and 15 coming up. So the Miners defense trying to stiffen here at the end of the half. Boom, right there. Longy just finishes him off. Clock still running. We got a minute and a half. Now Lone Peak may just want to run as much time off the clock as they can. Got 7 seconds, 6 seconds left on the play clock. They may call timeout. No, they're going to be a delay of game. Lone Peak still has 2 timeouts left, and they could have used it, but they'll take the 5-yard penalty. Now it's 3rd and 20 at the 24. You don't want to get too crazy here. Inside your own 25, leading 10-0. Dakota Hansen, here comes a pressure. He's going to run for it. And Dakota Hansen got that ball out there, but he's brought down at the 28-yard line. Salika Ata makes the tackle. Right there, there's nobody to throw to. And then nice defensive play as they converged on Dakota Hansen. Timeout on the field, 1:05 left. Lone Peak 10, Bingham nothing here on Game Night Live. Stopped at the 40-yard line. Nice coverage by the punt team. First guy to get there is Thomas Bateman, the junior, for the Knights. So with 56 seconds left, the Miners have a pretty good field position. They got a chance here to try to take a crack at things and get on the board, trailing 10-0. Beautiful day for football. Cool and crisp fall afternoon. Of course, when that sun starts to set, it's going to chill down a lot. And we got a game at 6:30 tonight, the 4A championship game, East and Springville. Battle of the Unbeatens here on KSL.com. Matt Dane, he's going for it all on the first play. Got his receiver caught inside the 30. Dax Milne, the junior's got it. 39-yard reception. And now Bingham's in business. 2 timeouts left, 45 seconds remaining. Dane had time. Milne got a step on Harward. And 39-yard completion. That brings a little bit of life to the Bingham crowd. Dane to throw again, looking left, going to the end zone. Cosper's got it, touchdown! Touchdown, Bingham! Matt Dane, 22 yards to Braden Cosper. And just like that, the momentum of this football game has turned to the Bingham Miners. Perfectly placed football over the outstretched arms of Hanson, right into the bread basket of Cosper. 22-yard hookup, and the extra point coming up to cut this lead to 3 with 30 seconds left in the quarter. Extra point is good, so with 30 seconds left, we got a new ball game. 10-7, Lone Peak over Bingham here on Game Night Live. Garvin to kick this thing away, and it'll sail in the end zone. But hang on. The officials waving their arms. Maybe he just waved it a little early. Looked like he was trying to stop the play. All right, now Lone Peak has 30 seconds left. It took 2 plays for Bingham to go 60 yards to get on the board for the first time this afternoon and trail 10-7. So let's see now if Coach Schmauer and the Lone Peak Knights just kind of take a knee or dive up the middle. And John Lamborn for Bingham, he doesn't have his guys out there, so he's got to call timeout. He didn't have a full contingent on the defensive side of the football, so he has to use one of his 2 remaining timeouts. 30 seconds left. 10-7, Lone Peak over Bingham here on Game Night Live. .30 seconds left here in the first half. 10-7, Lone Peak Knights with a 3-point lead over Bingham. They've got the football, and they're going to run it with McChesney. And McChesney's got a pretty good yard gain out to the 8, or out to the 28-yard line. That's 8 yards. And the clock continues to run, so maybe Lone Peak will try to take one more play to see if they get something to break away here. But they really don't need to run another play. Play clock hasn't even started. We're down to 7 seconds left. Looks like they're probably just going to let the clock run out. They are. So we have come to the end of the first half here in the 5A championship. Lone Peak leading Bingham 10-7. We'll be back in 15 minutes with a second half to decide a champion in 5A here on Game Night Live.
Would you please join the UHSAA and the Deseret News in congratulating these young men with a warm round of applause. Congratulations.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 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 1, 2.
Seven-time state champions and 2016 national champions, the Bingham High School drill team, the Minerettes. The Minerettes are able to make their hip-hop routine survival of the fittest. The Minerettes are directed by Jaden Miller, Shara Stout, and Megan Henderson. Again, please welcome the Minerettes.
And welcome to the Deseret News Rewind halftime show. Dusty Litzter and Dane Stewart, halftime score. The Lone Peak Knights 10 and the Bingham Miners 7. And Dane, in our pregame show, we talked about what we thought we'd see in this game. And I'm going to tell you a couple things you got right. Number one is Matt Dane's throwing a football a lot more than we expected. But I think part of that was because Lone Peak came out so strong in the offensive game.
Yeah, I agree. And I think some of those situations we saw Bingham really with some long distances to go. Maybe force them to air it out a little quicker. But, you know, you look at that drive getting points right before the half, and 2 plays for Matt Dane, 2 big completions, one of them going for a touchdown. They found some success in the air a little bit. Matt Dane 5 of 8 in the first half, so that's a pretty good completion percentage for him. 90 yards with the touchdown, and if they can get that run game going to complement, oh boy, this Bingham offense now becomes really difficult to do.
Hey, speaking of the Bingham offense, Daniel Loa, 5 carries, 46 yards in the first half, and the over-under we set for him was 150. He's got some work to do in the second half because we both, well, I took him in the over. I think you took him in the under. So did a nice job. Matt Dane in the first half, 11 carries, 32 yards. A lot of that was running for his life. I thought the defensive front for Lone Peak, got to say this much, they did an outstanding job in the first half of really getting after Matt Dane.
They really did, and I mean, honestly, this Lone Peak defense has done a pretty good job. Bingham's ran for 100 yards. One of the things we talked about in our pregame was that 150 number. That's a big number for Lone Peak defensive. They've given up 150 yards. They've only done it twice, but both times the opponent scored more than 21 points. So you would think they'd want to try to limit that run game, giving up 100 yards in the first half. But it's been by committee. That defensive front has done a nice job. We've seen Bingham, even at times with that pitch and some of their other runs, big holes, but able to collapse down quickly and limit the gains to 4 or 5 yards at a time.
Well, I think a lot of times that number gets a little bit skewed when you play against Bingham, because you play against other teams, it might be a little more balanced offensively, but when you play against a team in Bingham who runs the football 80-20, and look at me, we said Matt Dane threw the ball a ton of times in the first half. Eight attempts. That's not throwing the ball. For any other team, that's not a lot. So unless you're East. East is the only other team where you say they threw the ball a lot. So yeah, that's why that number's skewed. So 120 is a tough barometer to give there. Maybe it's 200 yards in this game. That's the barometer Lone Peak sets of, all right, if we're under 200 yards, if we're getting up 200 yards, that's maybe their number that they're looking at as their pillar for this week.
Yeah, and I think for us, you know, you look at historically, you're right, Bingham's a different beast, right? Pretty much every other team in 5A. I mean, there are some that Riverton's and whatnot who certainly are dedicated to the run game. Right now, Bingham has some really nice balance going. 90 yards in the air, 104 on the ground. So that balance right now for Bingham will be interesting to see how Lone Peak tries to take one of those aspects away in the second half.
Tell you what started out hot was Dakota Hansen, 8 of 18, 117 yards and a touchdown, and the long of 46 yards, which was a dime to McPherson. And started out hot in the second quarter, not so much. Lone Peak's still trying to go vertical, and I think that's what's affecting his completion percentage.
Yeah, and I think part of that is, I mean, even on that touchdown drive where he dialed a couple up to McPherson, he's still getting pressure, right? So we're seeing Bingham get pressure in the pocket, specifically on Hansen. And a couple times he's been able to escape out of the pocket, create some runs. But even at that, boy, coming around the edges. Longy's been good. Tuifua's been good around the edges. We said to watch for that in our pregame, that pressure around the edges. And in that second quarter, started to get more and more there. This Lone Peak offensive line is going to have to step up and step up big if they want to have a shot to win this ballgame.
Here's another key that got to have happen in the second half. Lone Peak, if they're going to score more points, because you're going to have to score to beat Bingham. Like right now, 10-7. You're going to have to score to win this ballgame. Obviously, that's an understatement and an obvious statement of the day. Jackson McChesney has got to become part of this ballgame. He had one touch in the first half. I think he was targeted maybe once or twice in the passing game. Got to get him the ball. He has one touch for 8 yards. Got to get him the ball. Got to find some way. It's unbelievable to me that there's not a screen game, something for him, or he's out in the slot where he's not getting the football in his hands.
You know, one of the interesting things, when you look at the first time these two teams played, we talked about pregame, these are very different teams. But interesting, both teams carried the ball 32 times in their first matchup. Bingham did it with 9 players. Lone Peak did it with 4. And their leading ball carrier was and so he had 24 carries in that ballgame. And when you look at how this first half played out, some of that makes sense because they're calling passing plays, right? Pressure comes, he escapes out of the pocket. Well, now that's a running play. It's not a called running play for Hansen, but it becomes a running play in the stat. So some of that makes sense. But to your point, you've got to get a running game going. And you can't rely on Dakota Hansen to be your main guy. At the half, he has 9 carries on the ground. They've ran 13 times. So you have 4 carries going to another guy other than Dakota Hansen. That's not enough for Lone Peak. So to me, and I'm agreeing with you, you've got to get McChesney, you've got to get Freeman, you've got to get someone going with some runs.
Now the second half is going to be a little bit different. What can we see? Bingham's going to get the football to start the half. How big they get that touchdown before the end of the half to now turn around and get the football in their hands?
Yeah, it's going to be a big drive. It's going to be big for both these two teams. We talked in our pregame, what happens if Bingham falls down 10-0, 14-0? How's the mindset going to be? The mindset's just fine. That touchdown to score late in the second quarter, that's a big, big touchdown, big piece for Bingham. We remind you, they missed a field goal in that first half. It'll be interesting. What happens when they get inside the 20? Coach Lamborn elect to go for it? Does he elect to bring the kicker out and try again when that kick was missed? He had some words for his kicker. And so it's going to be interesting to see, this being a 3-point ball game, how Bingham plays the second half. I'm with you, right? The Lone Peak defense, this is their shot to back up their offense. Say, hey, we got you, right? We've stabilized the forces a little bit. Interesting, Bingham has never trailed at halftime this season. They've only trailed after the first quarter twice to Lone Peak and to Jordan. They obviously won both those 2 games, but they've never trailed at halftime. So this is, I mean, Lone Peak, they're pushing Bingham better than they've been pushed all year long. It'll be interesting to see if they can hold on. I think this first drive of the second half is going to tell us a lot.
And then for Lone Peak, we talked about some of the adjustments that need to be made. What are some more adjustments that you could think we're going to see here in the second half, especially defensively? What adjustments we made? Because when you look at it, it was 2 plays. 2 plays equated 60 yards, which led to the touchdown. And they were both passing plays, which is not Bingham's strong suit.
Yeah, I think defensively for Lone Peak, you want to continue to see a pass rush. I think the defensive line for Lone Peak has done a really nice job of squaring up mano-a-mano with the Bingham offensive line. We've seen them close down on tackles pretty quickly. We've seen them get in the backfield and even create some issues for Matt Dane back there. I'd love to see them get back there more. We've seen Seth Corey stand up. He's had an impact in this ball game. They're going to need to generate a turnover at some point, whether that's a fumble, whether it's an interception. You got to find some way to get your offense an extra possession. Offensively, I'd love to see more of a run game from Lone Peak. And I think the other thing is, how do you free up McPherson a little more? We saw their one drive where they hit him twice for big gains. They got to get him going a little more in the second half. McPherson has 3 catches. 2 of them were on that same drive. Got to find a way to get him more involved in the offense.
Yeah, I'd be very, very interested to see what happens because Bingham played off the ball quite a bit.
Yeah, they did.
And the one time they came up was when McPherson got behind him. And so I think that's kind of been, all right, we're going to keep everything in front of us, speaking of Bingham, and we're going to force you to chunk it all the way down the field and trust that when you get into the 30, it was because the strike zone that we're going to be able to keep everything there, and you're not going to be able to get on top of it.
And since Bingham went to that, you know, we were watching, I was like, man, look at these, look at how far off they are, and I hated it. But to your point, in doing that, they have not been beat over the top. And so they're making Lone Peak chop away at them. And that's not how this Lone Peak offense has been successful when you look at the playoffs and kind of this rebirth of the Knight offense.
It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. This second half is going to be terrific. Finally, we get to the second half, and we got a ball game here in the 5A state semifinals and championship. As you've known in the previous games, we were at halftime. We were talking about, all right, let's look forward to next week. Well, there is no next week. All we got is the next half, and luckily we have got a ball game, and we're going to have it for you right here in your home of the digital home of the state tournament is DeseretNews.com. Dane Stewart now will have the pregame for you of the 4A state championship game, but Rod Zund will be back on the other side for you with the second half. Again, it's Lone Peak 10, Bingham 7 at halftime of the 5A state championship. When you come back, it'll be Rod Zund for you, taking you home in the second half of the 5A state championship right here on your home online at DeseretNews.com.
Welcome back to the 5A championship game, about ready to start the second half. Lone Peak Knights in white with a 10-7 lead over the Bingham Miners. Thomas Rossi set to kick things away. Miners scored in the final minute of the first half to cut the lead to 10-7. The kick is taken by Merrill at the 5-yard line, and Tanner Merrill has a pretty good return and still on his feet. Tanner Merrill's got a lot of room, just the kicker to beat, and Rossi knocks him out of bounds near midfield. 45-yard return by Tanner Merrill, and Rossi stopped him at midfield. So Bingham has great field position to start the second half here, trailing 10-7. Dakota Hansen in that first half, 7 of 11, 107 yards, did not complete a pass in that second quarter. Hold on a second, let me update the stats here. Dakota Hansen, 8 of 18, 117 yards, only one completion in that second quarter. Matt Dane, 5 of 8, 90 yards and a touchdown. Stuffed for a loss. Arrington makes the stop on the Bingham Miner running back. They'll lose 3 yards. It'll bring up second down and 13. Dane to throw. It's caught. 7-yard gain. Dax Milne with the reception. They'll give him 6 on the play. 3rd down and 7 coming up. Daniel Lowe, the leading rusher for the Miners, 5 carries, 46 yards. Dakota Hansen led the Knights with 38 yards on 9 carries. Here we go, 3rd and 7 for Bingham. 42-yard line. Dane is going to run it. And Matt Dane's got the first down. Knocked out by Eli Norman. 7-yard run, first down Miners. Ball marked at the 35-yard line. First and 10, Bingham. Kaili flanked to the right of Dane. Amani Kaili's got it. Hit in the backfield, trying to get a couple of yards. Norman got him first. He's brought down right at the 35, the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10 coming up. There's Javonte Smith. First time we've seen him. Second down and 10. Dane to throw. Caught at the 30 and dropped by Cosper. He had it. It had been about 3 yards shy of the first down if it had made the catch. 3rd and 10 coming up from the 35. 2 minutes gone by here in the 3rd quarter. The handoff to Loa doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Norman again on the tackle. He's had a big series on defense for the Knights. Once again, we'd like to thank K-Jazz partnering up with us to bring you the high school championship games here on KSL.com and DesretNews.com. So the Miners back in punt formation. Cade Lever to punt this thing away. He's trying to pin the Knights close to their own goal line, and he's going to do it. It's going to be marked at the 2-yard line. So a great kick. 33 yards on the punt by Lever. So the Knights backed up near their own goal line. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 2 here on Game Night Live. First and 10, Lone Peak at their own 2. Dakota Hansen in his end zone. He's going to run this one out, trying to get a little space, and he gets to the 5, and that's it. Jay Tufele and Kobe Matagi in on the stop. Gain of 3, 2nd down and 5 coming up. Ball right at the 5-yard line. Hansen going to keep it again. He's close to a 1st down. Going to be about a yard and a half shy. Out at the, they'll mark it just across the 10. We'll call it the 11. Be 3rd and 2. Longy on the stop for the Miners. 3rd down and 2. Ball just beyond the 10-yard line. They need to get to the 12 for a 1st down. Fake it to McChesney, and 1st down by Dakota Hansen at the 13-yard line. So it's 1st down and 10, ball at the 13-yard line. So a nice mix-up of misdirection there, faking it to McChesney, and Hansen taking the other way. Cosper on the tackle. Again, it is Dakota Hansen, and again got a good yardage out to the 20. It's going to be a 7-yard pickup. 2nd down and just over 3 yards to play for a 1st. Hansen to throw, look left, nothing there. Now he's going to run it. Dakota Hansen's got another 1st down out to the 25-yard line. That's a 5-yard gain. So Dakota Hansen getting the job done on the ground as well. Had 38 yards in that 1st half on 9 carries. Ball at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 Knights. Kobe Freeman's got it, and he'll pick up 2. Longy and Longy. Lalani Longy and Tongi Longy on the stop for the Bingham Miners. 2nd down and 8, ball at the 27-yard line. Lone Peak has it. They've got a 10-7 lead here for the 5A championship. They jumped out 10-0. Bingham scored in the final 30 seconds to cut it to 3. Freeman again in the backfield, flank to the right of Dakota. Dakota Hansen, he's got his man, and that's going to be close to a first down. Bo Peterson has it, and Tanner Merrill on the stop. It's going to be about a half a yard shy of the first down. They need to get to the 35. Right now, they're just shy of the 35-yard line. So 3rd and less than a yard. Hansen trying to get it. He's got it. Out to the 36. Salika Ata on the stop, but not before Dakota Hansen picks up a couple and he's got a first down. So Lone Peak doing a nice job to get out from right at their own goal line out to the 37-yard line. Hansen to throw. Across the middle. Caught. Bo Peterson. Daniel Loa on the stop. It's an 8-yard pickup. 2nd down and 2 coming up. Just a simple slant pattern. Peterson got the inside track on Loa, and it's an 8-yard reception. Peterson, a 5'11", 175-pound senior. Now Dakota Hansen all by himself. Let's see if he's going to do another quarterback draw. No, he's going to throw it to McChesney. McChesney trying to get to the first down, and he's got it. Across the 45 to the 48-yard line. That's a 4-yard reception. That's another first down for the Knights. Fake to McChesney. Hansen again. Dropped at midfield. Ben Malai making the stop right at midfield. Gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Tua Tagovailoa also on the stop. And a whistle before the snap. So false start on Lone Peak. That'll move it back to the 45-yard line. Bring up 2nd down and 13. Hansen going long. McPherson's there, but just beyond the reach of Tyler McPherson at the 30-yard line. McPherson again had to step on the defender, but Hansen just a little too long. Dakota with a nice job looking off the defenders and then coming back to the right. And that's Merrill, who is trailing McPherson. So with that incompletion, it's 3rd and 13 at the 45. Hansen's picked off at the 42-yard line. Daniel Loa's got it. And Daniel Loa brings it all the way back to the Lone Peak 40. Miscommunication, not a Lone Peak receiver near that football. Let's see what happens here. He tried to get McPherson on that slant route, but McPherson was slowed up, and it was right in the old numbers of Daniel Loa. And he returns at 18 yards to the 40-yard line. So Bingham now back in business, 1st and 10 in Lone Peak territory, trailing 10-7. First turnover for the Knights. Matt Dane And Dane has a first down at the 29-yard line. That's a 11, let's call it the 28, 12-yard run. And now Bingham feeling the momentum here with 3:48 left in the third quarter. Matt Dane, he had 32 yards rushing in the first half, picks up 12 more there. He's going to run it again, but this time hit at the line of scrimmage, but still keeps his feet. The official was coming in to stop the play, didn't blow his whistle, and then he had to back out of the way. Arrington popped him right off the bat there, but couldn't wrap him up. And Dane just bounces outside. Peyton Freeman, who returned a block punt for a touchdown a week ago, makes the stop. But Dane turned a 1-yard loss into a 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6 at the 24. Dane to throw. Cosper's got it and brought down immediately. Ammon Hanneman makes the stop. Hanneman also had an interception return for a touchdown last week. 3rd down and a yard. Ball spotted at the 19. And a timeout on the field. Bingham takes it. We'll take one as well. 2:26 left. Bingham trailing 10-7. They've got it 3rd and 1 at the Lone Peak 19 when we come back on Game Night Live. Third and 1. It's a first down inside the 10. Amani Kaili with the carry. Ten yards on the run. Kaili right there. Trying to take the lead for the first time today. Dane. Kaili again. Picks up a yard to the 8-yard line. Arrington on the tackle. Dallin Wake, the senior, also on the stop. Second down and goal at the 8. Daniel Loa now to the left of Matt Dane, and Jordan Kimball off to the right. Daniel Loa's got it. Loa trying to get to the goal line. He's got it. Daniel Loa, 8-yard touchdown, and for the first time this afternoon, the Bingham Miners have the lead. Cade Lever on to kick the extra point to make it a 4-point ball game. Good, and with 1:12 left, the Bingham Miners have moved out in front for the first time. They lead the Lone Peak Knights 14-10. Direct snap to Daniel Loa, and he takes it in for the 8-yarder to give the Miners the lead here in the 5A title game on Game Night Live. Lever to kick things off now. McChesney and McPherson back to receive his kick. And it goes into the end zone. So Lone Peak will have it at their own 20-yard line. Now trailing for the first time, 14-10. David Smewen in the backfield with Dakota Hanson. They've got it 1st and 10, now down 14-0 to the Miners. Hanson to throw. McPherson's got it on the quick screen. He loses the football, but it goes out of bounds. It will be a reception and a 4 or 5 yard. It'll be a 5-yard catch and run. Second down and 5. Clock stopped. $1:07 left. Kobe Freeman now flanked to the right of Dakota Hanson. Freeman's got it, and he stopped immediately. I believe that was Jay Tufele, the 6'3", 285-pound senior that got to him first with a little bit of help from Lalani Langi. 3rd and 6 from the 24. Hanson, here comes the pressure. Dakota Hanson is free, and he's trying to get down to the first down marker. He had to get to the 30. He gets to the 31. 7-yard scramble for Dakota Hanson, and that keeps the drive alive for the Lone Peak Knights. What a play by Dakota. Had it right there, tucked it under, eludes one guy, eludes another, and then makes it to the 31 for a 7-yard run and a first down. 15 seconds left, third quarter. Bingham's owned this third, scoring a touchdown, 8-yarder by Daniel Loa. 1st and 10. Hanson's got to run it again. He picks up 5, brought down at the 36. Atta on the stop. And that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. We head to the 4th. Bingham 14, Lone Peak Knights 10, as we are 1 quarter away from determining a 5A champion here on Game Night Live. We begin the 4th quarter. Bingham on top of Lone Peak 14-10. The Knights have it. 2nd down and 5 at their own 36-yard line. Daniel Loa, 7 carries, 54 yards through 3 quarters of play. Quarterback Matt Dane, 55 yards in 3 quarters of play. Dakota Hanson in trouble. He unloads it, and it's incomplete out near midfield. Great coverage by Tanner Merrill. As Dakota Hanson was receiving all kinds of pressure in the backfield and did a great job getting away, but now it's 3rd down and 5. That's McChesney in motion. He's been quiet here in the 2nd half, trying to get it to McChesney. Now Dakota Hanson's got to run, got to get to the 41-yard line for a 1st down. He's going to be about a yard shy. So now decision time for Mike Maurer, and quick decision. He sends out his punting unit, but now brings him back. Big decision here for Lone Peak coach Mike Maurer. It's going to be 4th and about a yard. Now he's going to punt it away. Thought about it, but at his own 40-yard line, trailing by only 4, the start of the 4th, he's going to punt it away. So we got a timeout to think about it. 11:04 left. Bingham on top by 4 here on Game Night Live. Lone Peak is setting up to go for it on 4th and 1 from their own 40-yard line. Dakota Hanson, he's got the first down easily. Out to the 46, gain of 6. Gutsy call by Mike Maurer on 4th down at his own 40-yard line, but it worked out. So the drive is kept alive by Dakota Hanson. First down at the 46-yard line. Freeman. Out across midfield to the 49. Tongi Longy, the senior, on the stop. Gain of 5. We're setting up for a great finish here. The Miners come back from a 10-0 deficit to lead by 14-10. Second down and 5 at the 49-yard line. Dakota Hanson to throw. He's going long at his receiver there. Bo Peterson, but just a little too tall. It's 3rd and 5. Third down and 5. McChesney's got it. And McChesney has a first down into Bingham territory at the 40-yard line. 9-yard run, pass and catch. So the Lone Peak Knights now trailing by 4, under 10 minutes left, have it 1st and 10 at the Bingham 40. Hey, we want to know where you're watching this game from and who you're rooting for. Go to Twitter, send us a tweet with the hashtag 5AChamp. 1st and 10, McChesney down to the 36-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Once again, we want to know where you're watching this game from and who you're rooting for. Send us a tweet, hashtag 5AChamps. Second down and 5, ball at the 35. McChesney, he's got the first down inside the 30 to the 26-yard line. And McChesney not seeing much action in that third quarter. A couple of big plays here to start the 4th. Hang on, though. Do we have a flag? Yes, we do. It's coming back. Going to be a hold on Lone Peak. Did not see that. Let's see if we can. Number 72, I believe. Didn't reach out his arms. Ref must have saw something inside, but from that angle, looked like it was a straight up block. But ball's moved back to the 44-yard line, 2nd down and 14. Here comes the blitz. Dakota Hanson, after bobbling the snap, he's got a good carry going, and I think the ball's on the ground, but Lone Peak recovers down at the 32-yard line. That's a 12-yard run. Nice job by Dakota to reach out with that one hand and grab the snap. Boy, that ball is loose. And number 75 came up with that to save it, Nathan Nelson. So it's 3rd down and 3, just inside the 33-yard line. Dakota Hanson again, he's got the first down. Dakota Hanson is brought down at the 27-yard line. Longy and Milne on the stop, but it's a 1st and 10 for the Knights at the 27-yard line. Under 8 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Lone Peak trailing by 4. McChesney stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and the guy that broke that up was Simote Peppa. McChesney did a nice job to get back to the line of scrimmage, setting up a 2nd down and 10. So now Hanson all alone in the backfield. Freeman split to the left. McChesney in the slot to the right. Caught. 20-yard line. 1st down. Tyler McPherson. 11-yard connection from Dakota Hanson. Merrill on the coverage. Just a simple hook pattern. And then McPherson did a nice job to pick up the extra 5 or 6 yards for the 1st down with Merrill on his back. So now with 6:51 left, trailing by 4, the Knights have it 1st and 10 at the Bingham 16-yard line. Remember, they went for it on 4th down and 1 at their own 40 to keep this drive alive. Hanson, nobody to the left, flag on the play. It's going to be holding, and it's going to come back. Pass is incomplete. It is holding. Got a couple of tweets. Yabby Dabby out here in Arizona watching. Watching from Austin, Texas. Trent Richardson. Thank you. 1st down, 26 now. Back at the 32-yard line. Hanson's going to run it again. And Dakota Hanson down to the 21. That's an 11-yard pickup. Again, send us your tweets. Hashtag 5A-Champs. Let us know where you're watching this game and who you're rooting for, as we are coming down now under 6.5 to play. And Lone Peak has it 2nd down and 15 at the Bingham 21-yard line, trailing 14-10. That was a big holding call. Second and 15. Freeman in the backfield with Hanson. Hanson to throw, out in the flat. Knocked away by Merrill. What a nice play by Tanner Merrill. Dakota Hanson had his receiver, Kobe Collins, open for a moment. But nice job. That is how you do it by Tanner Merrill. So that sets up 3rd and 15 from the 21-yard line. If they don't make it here, will they bring in Thomas Rossi to cut the lead to 1 with just under 6 to play? Freeman in the slot on the left. Hanson to throw. Hanson's going to the end zone. He's got a wide open receiver, but he overthrows McChesney. Oh, Dakota Hanson had him. McChesney was wide open as Merrill stopped, who was defending him. And the Lone Peak Knights miss out on a wide open touchdown. McChesney tried to lob it there. Or Hanson was trying to lob it to McChesney. And they're going to go for it. 4th down and 15. This would be a 37-yard field goal. But with 5:52 left, they're going to go for it. Here we go. This could be the biggest play of the game. 4th down, 15. Timeout, though. Timeout, Bingham. 5:52 left. Big play coming up. 4th and 15 for the Knights here on Game Night Live. All right, some more tweets coming in. Casper, Wyoming, Andrew the Mustache. Dallas, Texas. Mallory Johns, here we go. 4th down and 15, 5:52 left at the Bingham 21-yard line. Lone Peak's got to get 15 yards, down 4. Got a man, intercepted at the 3. Intercepted by the Miners. This one could go a long way. What a play by the Bingham defense. And the Miners going crazy on their sideline. Dakota Hansen had his receiver, but it was played perfectly by Tongi Longy. The ball floated just a little bit, and Longy was just playing center field, and he came away with it, and now the Miners have it 1st and 10 at the Lone Peak 37-yard line. 61-yard return. Tongi Longy, the senior. So here we go. Bingham has it. 5:39 left, trying to maybe salt this thing away. Nice job by Loveland to trip up the ball carrier, Kaili. Picks up, well, maybe half a yard. We'll still call it 2nd down and 10. Lone Peak has 2 timeouts remaining. Clock running, nearing the 5-minute mark. Bingham with a 4-point lead. They got it 2nd down and 10. The direct snap to Daniel Loa. And Loa fighting his way to the 30-yard line. 7-yard run, 3rd and 3 coming up. Third and 3. Ball at the 30. 4.5 left. John Lamborn trying to direct his guys out there, and I think he's going to call a timeout. So that leaves Bingham with no more timeouts remaining here. 4:22 left. Miners on top by 4 here on Game Night Live. Thank you for your tweets. Let us know where you're watching this game from, who you're rooting for. Hashtag 5A Champs. Downtown Boston, Dallas, Texas, Los Angeles, Rocky Point, Mexico, Billings, Montana, Casper, Wyoming, Grand Junction, Colorado. So here we go. John Lamborn and his Bingham Miners with a 4-point lead. 3rd down and 3 at the 30. And Lone Peak really trying to stop him here so they can get it back with 4:22 left. They do have 2 timeouts remaining. Yes, Patrick Maloney, this is a classic. All right, here we go. 3rd and 3. Kaili's close to the 1st down. I think he got it. Needed to get to the 32. I think he got to the 31. What a big play by the Miners on 3rd and 3. So now we're down to the 4-minute mark. Bingham, 1st and 10 at the Lone Peak 26. Kaili stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Lone Peak has 2 timeouts. Loveland, first guy to get there. They'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. 2nd down and 10. Clock continuing to run as we approach the 3.5-minute mark here. 5A championship to be decided here in the next 3.5. 2nd down and 10 at the 26. Direct snap to Loa. Loa trying to bounce it outside. Flag on the play. Loa picks up 7. Well, let's see what this call is. Right now it's 3rd and 3. This could put it back past the 30-yard line if it's holding. It is holding on Bingham. So the ball will be spotted back at the 34-yard line. Let's see if we can see where it is. Well, a couple of linemen had their arms stretched out, but couldn't see it. So under 3 minutes to play here. 2nd down and 18 from the 34-yard line. Dane going to keep it. And Matt Dane still on his feet. Matt Dane down to the 26. Jimmy McKeon makes the stop. Third down and 10. Time running out on Lone Peak. Dane's going to throw. He's going to the end zone. Receiver's got a step, but a great defensive play, and they're going to call a pass interference. Oh, we got to see this one again. Cosper, the intended receiver, and Eli Norman, we got to see this. The one official right at the play did not call a thing, so we're going to have to see this. This could be the ball game right here. I did not see if he got a hand on Cosper or not. It is pass interference, and that's a 1st down. Hopefully we got a replay on this. Let's see what happens right there. Let's see if he reaches out. Oh, that's a horrible call. That is an absolute horrible call. There's no way to put it. He did not interfere with the receiver. That is an absolute horrible call. With 2:04 left. Let's see this again. Did he reach out and grab him? He saw the hand swipe, but he missed him. That's a terrible call. Terrible call in a championship game with 2:04 left. A call that did not happen. And now Dane has it 1st and 10. Brutal. Feel bad for Lone Peak. Feel bad for Lone Peak. Oh, man. I don't believe it. I don't understand where he saw that pass interference. Tweet me. What do you think? 5A champs. Bingham fans, you got to agree with me. The Miners got a break. That was just a brutal call at a terrible time. Unbelievable. 2nd down and 7. Minute 20 left. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Great game. Not decided on that call, but affected by that call. Look at Mike Maurer. Take off the tweet. Look at Mike Maurer. He's still calling. He's still trying to figure out why they called that. Go after him, Coach. You have the right, every right in the world. He wants an explanation, and the officials should give him an explanation. And now the head official's finally coming over. So, anyway, we can't harp on it. It's called. It's done. Couple of turnovers in this second half. That caused Lone Peak to be in this situation. They jumped out to a 10-0 lead and had their chances, but Bingham just played tough. A couple of great drives and a couple of defenses. See a tweet there, he didn't look back at the ball. You don't have to look back at the ball if you don't try to face guard the receiver, and he did not face guard him. I thought that too, but I don't even think there's face guarding in high school. I think that's just NFL. Stop behind the line of scrimmage. 1:09 left. Lone Peak calls its final timeout. 4th and 7 coming up. So now Bingham can kick a field goal here to go up 7. Everybody's got their opinions. That's awesome. Thank you for it. I don't think we want to shoot the Zebras. That's not nice. So that call will be talked about. And face guarding is when you are right up to the receiver and put your hands up and not look back to the ball. He did not put his hands up to basically face guard the receiver. So that call is out. So here we go. Bingham's going to try the field goal. It's a 27-yard field goal by Cade Lever. Really doesn't matter if they make it or not. They still got to score a touchdown. And there it is. 17-10 now, 1:06 left. The Knights still have a shot to come back and tie this up. 5A championship, 1:06 away here on Game Night Live. All right, here we go. 1:06 left. Lone Peak has it, and they'll get it at their 20-yard line, so they'll have 80 yards to go. Thank you for all your tweets, and thank you for keeping it civil. Things like that happen. Okay? My opinion is horrible call. But it is what it is. Things happen. So now Lone Peak has a chance. Yeah, but thank you on your tweets for being civil and just expressing your opinion. We appreciate that. So 1:06 left, 17-10. Lone Peak down 7. Bingham just owned the second half. And Dakota Hansen, we got a flag on the play. And Dakota Hansen goes down. Clock stopped because of the flag. And let's see if they call defensive holding. I'm not saying it's a makeup call, but let's just see if they call defensive holding. I'm just guessing. You saw that one coming. Nice pressure, though, on Tuifua. So here we go. Clock running. No more timeouts for Lone Peak. 45 seconds. Lone Peak's got to just snap this football. Hanson caught. 37-yard line. McPherson. 41 seconds left. Good protection in between two defenders. Lone Peak still alive with 41 seconds left. Classic 5A game, no matter how you look at it. Both teams are champions after today. Across the middle, intercepted by Daniel Loa. Daniel Loa finishes this off, and Bingham is going to win the 5A title. Excuse me, that's not Daniel Loa. That is Cole Moody, the junior. Cole Moody finishes it off for the Miners. That's 3 interceptions here in the second half. You can say all you want about that pass interference call, but 3 turnovers in the second half of a championship game when you have the lead, that is what cost you the ball game. As Dane takes a knee, and that could be the final play of the game, and it will be. Bingham doesn't need to run another play. Cole Moody, the junior, seals it. 14 seconds left. 12. Congratulations to Lone Peak on a fantastic season. Back-to-back trips to the championship game, but the Bingham Miners, your 5A champions for 2016. What a classic 5A title, as the Lone Peak Knights jumped out to a 10-0 lead, and that was it, as the Miners scored 17 straight. Congratulations to Lone Peak on a great season, and congratulations to the Bingham Miners, the 2016 5A champions. We're going to be back at 6:30, the 4A title game, the Battle of the Undefeateds, East versus Springville, here on Game Night Live. We'll see you at 6:30. Enjoy, everybody.